Hello, this is Barrett Rector doing a video interview with Dr. Steve Raybine. I will be interviewing him for my senior project at Westside High School. I will be asking him 10 questions pertaining to music, honors music, and how music affects students in life. In your experience, how does being involved in music affect students in life?
Well, first of all, it builds confidence. I also think it builds a certain amount of collegiality and appreciation for other people's skills. It helps you take pride in developing a unique skill and an alternate way of communicating your talents and your personality to other people. It furthermore creates a lifelong love of music, which will enrich your life throughout its duration. I think it also illustrates the value of hard work in attaining a specific skill. It can motivate you in many other areas, giving you more discipline, determination, and dedication, which I refer to as the 3 Ds. Furthermore, and finally, I think it's a really healthy and productive way to have fun in life.
All right. Do you believe that being involved in honor music opportunities positively affects musicians, and how so?
Yes, I do. You now have the opportunity to perform with so-called the best of your peers, which is both inspirational and motivational for the various musicians. It also creates a deep sense of pride within yourself, which carries over into all areas of your life. You've now succeeded at a very high level, and you can come to a greater appreciation of your skill set within a musical context, being around other musicians.
How has music affected you as a person?
Well, I think it's permeated all dimensions of my life, personally and career-wise. It has really defined me in life and has enabled me to share my talents with others, positively, hopefully, during my lifetime. I deeply respect my many musical achievements and accomplishments, but I also appreciate the talents of other people in other fields. I think it's given me a greater understanding of what other people have achieved in a very impactful way. Also, as an individual, I tend to be very focused, self-motivated, and somewhat driven to succeed.
All right. Sort of follow-up question to that. What is the best thing that music has done for you?
I would say that that's a pretty deep question, kind of an all-encompassing question. Hard to kind of crystallize it with one statement, but I would say that it has created an all-encompassing love for music within me, and what it means to others in all walks of life. It has enabled me to express myself creatively and to develop and share my performing skills and my musical compositions within the global community. So there's a great sense of accomplishment for me, achievement, and pride within that. Hopefully I've enriched the lives of many other people, and I've been able to leave a rich musical legacy behind, something that was important to me as a young up-and-coming musician when I was just starting out in college in my career. And finally, it has probably most importantly and maybe most significantly enabled me to inspire and motivate and help develop the musical skills and life skills, for that matter, of many of my students, be it from the K through 12 age group on through college and then into adulthood.
How have you seen the desire to be in honors music programs influence students?
Well, the honors program definitely has influenced students positively. For those students who desire to excel at a very high level, they become more motivated, I think, hardworking and tenacious within the pursuit of their many goals. I think it sets a precedent, a very positive precedent, of trying to attain excellence in everything they're involved with now and into the future.
In your experience, are there any negative effects of music on students?
Well, possibly and potentially, some students might become too competitive with others in what could be construed as an unhealthy way. Uh, Although I do think competition in a healthy way is beneficial, but you have to kind of monitor the parameters of it. Um, I do, however, with my students, I'm very careful about this. I stress collegiality, positive attitudes, compromise, and cooperation with all my students, be it with their peer groups, their elder statesmen, as it were, and with the younger kids as well, that perhaps they're teaching and mentoring. I would say another thing is sometimes students become so obsessed with music and only music that they may isolate themselves from other important aspects and dimensions of life, be it some of their personal friendships, their civil responsibilities as citizens, maybe attaining a well-rounded education. I would say in general, focus on your art, but be mindful of not becoming just too one-dimensional in life. I think having the ability to, participate in all avenues of life will ultimately be very beneficial as your life unfolds.
How can music influence students in the classroom?
Well, if they are by and large hard-working musicians, fairly motivated, who want to develop their musical skills to their utmost potential, this will undoubtedly carry through into the classroom. It's that same hard-working, achieving, motivated mindset that kind of is linked. There's a linkage between the pursuit of musical excellence, I feel, and into the classrooms that the various studies themselves. It really helps them prepare for success.
In your opinion, should honors music be viewed as an award or an opportunity, and why?
Well, I actually think it's both. I think it's an award because it's an award for having attained musical excellence. Having observed many of my students in that capacity, I know how hard they work to attain that. It requires great discipline, sacrifice, endless determination in the pursuit of that, achievement. So thereby, I do see it as an award. However, it is an opportunity to perform with other like-minded musicians that are also aspiring to more than just the status quo, really trying to achieve their utmost potential. I like to refer to it as their personal best. Greatness is subjective, and of course it's an unfolding process, but personal best you can kind of quantify. I can see it in my students when they are really excelling, trying. I think it's an opportunity to perform with other people like themselves.
Did you participate in honors music, and how was that beneficial?
I certainly did. In high school, I was the timpanist in the all-state orchestra in Wisconsin. And at that time, that was kind of considered the primary or primo percussion spot within the musical ensembles in the state of Wisconsin. I also attended numerous summer music camps, of which I was singled out for performing excellence all around the country at the Berklee College of Music, in the state of Wisconsin, and the state of Kentucky. So I did that to further my skills and to really evaluate how well I would do in a career in music. So what it did perhaps for me was inspire me, motivate me. It may have been one of the reasons why ultimately I wanted to pursue a doctorate in music, doctorate in music as a performer. It's hard to know exactly, but I think that that level of achievement may have led to that.
How have you seen music benefit a community?
Well, I think it creates an enhanced appreciation for the arts in general, okay? And a deep love for it. The arts, in all of its mediums, enrich a civilization in untold ways. Without a love and devotion to the arts, be it musical, art itself, dance, film, writing, etc., I think an entire civilization is greatly diminished. Also, people within that community have the opportunity to perform in these various ensembles, express themselves in, an artistic way, perhaps, which is different than working at their regular job, be it as some kind of an educator, an attorney, an engineer, a physician, whatever they do. I think that artistic capacity is within perhaps all people to some dimension. And if they become involved in that, I think they are engaged on a deeper level within the community itself. And I think it brings the community together in a very positive way. Of course, I am a big champion advocate for the arts in general. I try to, perhaps all of my students won't go into music as a vocation, but that's okay. They will, however, have a deep, all-abiding love for music. They will champion music during their lifetime, I believe, in whatever capacity. They'll attend concerts, perhaps their children will take private lessons. It will be a continually evolving and important aspect of their entire life that will parallel their work, either avocationally, or of course if they're in it as a vocation, then it's going to be their primary focus. But that's of course up to them to decide. I've laid the groundwork, or I've helped to lay the groundwork. Hopefully I've inspired them to have this kind of love and reverence for the arts. I think that's a good word, reverence for the arts. That they will be leaders in that field. Certainly participants, they won't sit on the sidelines, because they know how important it is to them, and the far-reaching effects of musical art, the writing, film, television, television script writing, let me say, acting, within our lifetime.
All right, that concludes the questions that I have for you. Do you have any further comments that you would like to add?
Well, I would say that my musical journey has been very interesting. It's been my own personal journey. There have been many successes and some moments that I wish had become had a different outcome. But I think the bottom line is I always believed in myself, in my talents, and I've instilled that within my students. I think my students will ultimately be my greatest legacy, because they will carry on a lot of my philosophies, which is very important to me. I've worked hard at becoming an inspirational, insightful educator. I've given music 110 or more % at all times. No one will ever say that I have not worked to my utmost potential. Success, whatever it is hard to quantify. The most important thing I think anyone can do in whatever field they're in is to just attempt, again, try to achieve their personal best. If you do that, you will have some measure of success, be it in music or whatever field you go into. I think that's maybe the most important lesson I've learned, that I appreciate other people's talents, And I certainly appreciate my own talents and what I bring to the table as a performer, composer, and educator. And I hope that when all things are said and done, people will look favorably upon my work and my legacy as a person and as a musician in society. I'm proud of it. But I'm not done yet. I'm still going. I still have more to do. And I think that that's an important thing to remember, that you're not done, even though you may be an elder statesman or an older person in your field. There may be some unhidden gems yet to come within your career. I've seen that happen to me, and because I've just not enabled myself to quit and to give up, even during difficult times. I've had to dig deep within myself to keep moving forward at times, but that's not unique to me either. That's true in many people's lives. But if you keep moving forward, if you keep believing in yourself, you keep trying to excel, who knows what great things will lie ahead for you. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, or 80, there's still time to enjoy your life, enjoy your art, and to make a positive impact in the world.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Steve.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.